So I needed to make a video talk about a few things that I thought were very important, and I think this is important because this is kind of what's going on right now. I went to the grocery store, bought just a few things, gallons of water, shipping materials, a couple items for food, not too much. When I get there, I decide I'm going to go ahead and just get some sauces, Asian sauces. Every time I walk by the noodle section, which is representing Asian, and now they're using an electronic device on my chest, palpating my heart. And it's a different palpation of heart, and then you force me to Jesus Christ, just like you're shooting those electronic devices at me. So I'm walking and getting these sauces. I got like four different sauces, spices, like salsa type spices, and like one or two Mexican spices. And I get that because I eat a lot of the same material, and every once in a while, I try something different, spice, flavor. I really don't know how to cook. 4 days ago, somebody walks by me and goes, "I told you need a seed," and walks by me and whispers those words when everyone at Walmart and all the grocery stores, people are threatening me, like they're acting very hostile to control me. They want to confine me and they want to control me. And this is in the movement for Ken Cooper and Sarah Cooper, for their faggot transgender kid, Kenneth. And when I'm there, I don't say anything. And the reason is because in Oriental Asian culture, they don't believe in Jesus. Very few of them actually do, and it's a different culture. And I don't say anything, I just get a box of noodles. Today, I'm getting all these different sauces, and they stand in front of the Asian section to make sure to block me off and make it hesitant and awful for me to be able to purchase anything that's out of their Jesus type of food. This is the religious persecution that they're doing in teams. Now, while somebody's beating the shit out of me toward the crucifix and then hitting vibrations to signal me directly at the crucifix, then they send their people to do this on the bus drivers, the people on the bus, and at the grocery store. And all they do is we keep rehearsing is to make sure that they can get away with everything that they did, because their God Jesus let them get away and take and steal anything that they wanted. These people are making up their own fucking God to the extreme fucking levels. They're just basically spitting at me. And I go, and I'm just picking up like 4 or 5 different sauces. And the reason is because in Asian culture, they believe in Buddhism and they believe in a few other different religions that's not associated with Jesus. Catholicism beliefs. I'm just picking up, I don't buy really much Asian food other than, rice, and that's pretty universal food in many different countries. And I think it's important for me to say this because, my father's Native American Indian, and they definitely have their own spiritual understandings of this nature, and they also Mexicans do, and I'm Mexican. These are white supremacist pieces of shit, and they're white supremacist movement against me. And I'm not joking when they're doing this. When I get on the bus, they tell the bus driver he's trying to get away from Jesus and he's trying to switch over to a different religion. So the bus driver goes, yeah. He goes, where are you going? And I said, the Villa Weldon. Okay, when you're gonna have to get off, and when you switch, because there's another bus that's gonna pick you up. And so the guy's threatening me because it's to deter me from any culture that is not in their Jesus American culture. This is a bunch of garbage and hatred. This is all this fucking is for Ken and Sarah Cooper and their fucking kids. So I needed to say this. This is the same religion persecution why I have to keep running and leaving, because this is all that these gay community members are attacking me in teams. They have no right to be doing this to me. And as soon as I'm standing there for 5 minutes, they keep pushing me, like deterring me away from there. Telling me, I told you what kind of food eat. I told you the Jesus food. You're not supposed to get any of that shit. And so they're trying to train me as they're doing this, and then they get in my way to make sure that I don't get any of those items. This is what they're fucking doing to me. So they watch the YouTube channels that I'm watching on my history channel, my history videos that I'm watching, and I have a couple Asian stuff. So then they'll suspect that I'm gonna go get Asian food, which I don't even get Asian food. All I got was like 4 or 5 different spices. And they start persecuting me. This is what they're fucking doing, and I can't call a police officer. So when they drop me off at this location at this other grocery store, not too far from this location, about a mile walk, there's a police officer waiting, and he's acting very aggressive. And the reason he's doing this is to then apply their threat and force that if you don't do the religion that the bus driver says, or any of these people at Walmart and confined to that, then I'm going to punish you. And I'm gonna make sure that you understand the threatening message that I'm sending toward you. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly why I feel like the sense, honestly, that I have to, go ahead and donate these crucifixes, because this is all that they're doing. This has to do with the homosexual rapes they did to Frankie, and what they're stealing with my dad, biological father, my father who raised me, and my mother. They're making their own personal opinions. When I go to the cash register, somebody yells out to me and says, "Not here," threatening me, telling me, and they're doing this, that if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to use a personal threat of the police force, or I'm going to have the other random people on the bus driver or the people at the grocery store accost them. And that's all they're fucking doing. This is why I have to keep leaving. This is why I have to keep traveling, because this is all they're fucking doing to me. And I have to run for my life. I just started making another soup. I'm making the same exact recipe as the black bean soup, but I put lentejas, which is lentils in English. And I use the same recipes and everything, and I can tell that they're shooting some sort of like machine that makes you nervous. I don't know what it is in the physical body, but they shooted it, like, I think it's an infrared that shoots all over my body and makes me nervous. And it doesn't really make you real nervous. It's just enough to cause you to make a mistake. And I'm sitting there and I put one of the wrong spices in there, and I can feel like I'm getting nervous and anxious and trying to do something. And as soon as they sabotage me, they shoot a frequency at the bottom of my foot, about that circumference, about the size of this circumference of this light you see, and it becomes trembling and numbing to the bottom of my foot, representing Ken Cooper's dead. You see what shit he's going to give you, and it tastes real good. You see what Ken Cooper is downstairs? The guy downstairs that his mascot's fighting for him? That's all they're fucking doing to me. This is why I can't even cook meals. This is the second meal of any lavish kind of meal. I wouldn't say lavish, but any kind of meal that I've prepared and cooked with vegetables. Second meal in 6 months. I can never make anything like this, ever. This is why I can't eat when I'm renting out in Craigslist, because if it's not the threats and what they're poisoning me with, and threats about the fridge and all this, then it's to train me to what I eat. And they're trying to sell me to the blacks. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to sell me and prostitute me to their blacks and colors, because these are white supremacists. These are white Ku Klux Klan nearly pieces of shit that are getting on the bus and pretending that they're not fucking racist. This is exactly what that is. Now they're getting into the grocery stores, and they're all working in teams. The bus driver and these people that are coming out of the grocery store all at the same time, and knowing when I'm about to arrive, they're all signaling to him like, yeah, we're going to get them. Like this, they're like hyenas running around me when I'm going up and down the aisles, like trying to figure out how to target me, how to get to me. When I go to the register, they're doing the same fucking thing. Having people line up behind me and want to retaliate and take a shot at me. So, like I said, it's very torturing, but I think it's important for me to talk about what these people are doing. They're just sabotaging me, and they're self-sabotaging me. That makes me think that I don't know if this is what caused me. I don't know if this is what the actual cause of whenever I got raped by Patricia Gadina, because this machine that they used on me, if they were to use this machine on me and I was talking to Patricia Gadina, there's a very likely chance that that's what triggered it. So I wanted to make a video on that. They're using their personal law enforcement against me. That's all they're fucking doing. I swear to God, 2 days ago, it was yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was walking to the gas station to get cigarettes, and this fucking lady starts yelling at me about my father's house and money. I've never met this person, so they're at the gas station and saying, give me my money. Making a mockery of the whole money that their gay community is responsible for, and this white supremacies of these motherfuckers that went after my dad's money and the tragedies that happened in our house. And now they're threatening me about my dad's personal money and yelling at me at the gas station when I'm picking up cigarettes. And they send Ken Cooper, lookalike, to stand right next to me and get real close to me to harass me. Then they send somebody behind me that walks very close behind me to then make sure that he's the personal law enforcement. And I think it's important for me to talk about because they're yelling and screaming about my dad's money. They're yelling and screaming about my dad's wealth and money in this real estate house at Walmart. And they're working in teams while doing this. And I wanted to make this video because they're all threatening me. They're all these faggots and transgenders. They're circling around me like hyenas. That's all that's fucking happening. Right when I walk out of this house, right when I walk out of this apartment, I walk outside and this 104-year-old lady's waiting for me outside, just staring at me like she's some sort of demon. And I don't even say anything. I don't say anything. Try not to make too much eye contact and any attention, just let them be. And this person is just trying to get my attention. The other transgender that lives right across from me is stalking me, waiting me downstairs, and I have to stand by the door, make it look like I'm doing something else, and let them do whatever they want. And this person is walking upstairs and then like giving money. So this person is in entire defense of Sarah Cooper and the mortality of my father, the rapings for. They want to justify it. And this is how crazy, and if you want to talk about the devil and evil, this is how what evil is. They want to justify and feel sorry for the transgenders and Sarah Cooper because what had happened. Frankie's getting raped by 10 homosexual men and you have this disgusting behavior, and they're doing this to me on the bus. The bus driver is responsible for doing this goddamn shit. They're not very polite. I'm driving up the street. They're driving up the street to get to the bus stop, and I push the button, and he doesn't stop, and I have to yell at him, say, are you going to stop? I mean, I press the button like I'm supposed to. And so they play these very hostile situations to make it as deterrent and horrible. I know that I'm never going to be able to have an apartment. Until these electronic devices surface up, I will die on the streets. I will continue have to pay people at Craigslist, paying in money to set up electronic devices, threaten me, harass me, talk about my father's money, that they own the money. They're in control of his money and how it gets divided and who's. These people are talking about $175,000. $175,000 that they're in my dad's dead body. I share this. They have no goddamn faggot business to get involved. They just want to threaten me because I'm finding out what these faggots did it to my mother and did with the house and all this money. They're threatening me at fucking Walmart about $175,000. They just want to attack me, and this is all they're fucking doing. And then they're using their personal law enforcement. I'm walking to the gas station 2 days ago. The police officer makes sure he drives by me and he's laughing. He's just laughing. And it's to put fear in me to understand that if you don't do what these faggots and transgenders do and what these people are attacking you, then we're going to throw you in prison and attack you and rape you. Or if not rape you, you're going to go back into your dog cage. And that's all your life. You can die there. They don't give a shit. And it's these law enforcement that are doing this along with their queers. The bus driver, the people at Walmart, any grocery store that I go to, they're just acting in teams. All of them. All of them against me at all given times. I always have to look over my shoulder, behind me, who's trying to harass me. I never know who's coming from left to right. So I need to make this video. They're threatening me about my dad's money. They know that they're recording me here. They know all the details. They're going over the details and dispatching out all the details to these faggots and these gay community members to all swarm at me then about those topics. This is very personal about my dead sister and this money. and they're just harassing me. I swear to God,